Reset it.
Here we have some of the magazine's internal pages. Remember, this is a physical print magazine, which is why some of the images might look slightly lower in quality. But we're going to analyze them anyway. And right away, one image stands out. It reveals a lot. The caption underneath gives us even more context. It shows the scene we've seen glimpses of in trailers and teasers, the military battle involving Eleven and Hopper. This is the moment where Hopper throws a grenade and blows everything up. And in the corner, the caption reads, "The military is hunting Eleven, who is in hiding." And this is where things start to hit hard for fans, because it connects directly to the story's ending. We all kind of expected this, but seeing it written down makes it feel real and heavy. Then there's another quote printed on the page, likely from one of the Duffer brothers, and it says, "This really is the end of the story for Eleven, Mike, Lucas, Dustin, and Steve." That's right. Now, does that mean they're all going to die? Not necessarily. What it actually means is that this will be the last time we'll see these characters in the Stranger Things universe. There won't be any spin-offs or future stories featuring them. This is truly the end of their journey. But here's something really interesting. In this whole end of the story statement for these characters, a few major names are missing. For example, Will isn't included. Neither are Max, Hopper, Joyce, Nancy, or Jonathan, and a few other key characters as well. That's strange, right? Could it just be because the title or the quote was too summarized? Or does it mean something more? It's weird, but worth noting that not all of them are confirmed to be at the end of their journeys. Some of these characters might still continue in some way, so it's not necessarily a definitive goodbye for everyone. Now, moving on to the next set of images revealed in the magazine, we can see a few behind-the-scenes shots taken both inside the studio and out on location. On the left side, we see the studio-built set. This is the constructed version of downtown Hawkins. You can see the crew preparing for scenes involving the military, along with several detailed set pieces showing the inside of the base, including barracks, warehouses, and heavily armed vehicles. Then, on the right side, the photos were taken somewhere else entirely, down in southern Atlanta. The production team often uses this real city when they want Hawkins to look more realistic and grounded, with actual buildings instead of studio sets. So, they've been filming there as well, and one of the magazine's images captures that process. But then we move forward, and things start to get even more interesting. Look at this. In one of the behind-the-scenes photos featured in the magazine, we can clearly see a large set piece that represents a part of that massive wall inside the Upside Down. It's the same wall where Hopper is going to stab the knife, the one I've talked about so many times, the wall that seems to hold a deeper reference. You can even see one of the producers climbing part of this wall structure during filming. Now, it hasn't been officially confirmed yet, but there's a strong possibility that this wall might be the divide between the Upside Down and Dimension X, the mysterious dimension where Vecna was created. It's said to be the dimension that existed before the Upside Down itself. And what's even more fascinating is that the texture of this wall, which we can now see much more clearly, suggests something else. It's very likely that some of the creatures are actually born or generated from this wall. So that idea is still up in the air, but it's a really intriguing theory. Following the rest of the images, there's another great shot, showing the group studying maps and planning something deep in the forest. We've already seen a few photos like this before, but this one gives us a new angle, and we get a clearer look at the map itself. The magazine even released a high-quality image of that map. It's basically a state road atlas, a type of tourist map with information about routes and points of interest across the United States, Mexico, and Canada. From the engravings, we can see that it highlights tourist spots, wildlife zones, and regions with unique fruits, but more importantly, it also marks radio towers, and that could be a huge clue. Remember, the group is going to be at WSQK, the radio station with a giant antenna. There'll also be antennas on Steve's car, and on the WSQK van they're using for communication. So, what if this map scene is them triangulating a signal, trying to make contact through the radio network? Because, as we know, radio waves have interference and even strange connections with the Upside Down. And yes, there's another image in the magazine that ties directly to this moment. In this same magazine, they also released another image, one showing the four at school. It's likely one of the scenes from the very beginning of the first episode. You can see them studying something, all sitting at their desks, completely focused. Mike looks like he's listening carefully to something while taking notes. And when you look closely, it really seems like they're decoding some kind of radio message. That's exactly why I said it might connect with the other image we just discussed. They're clearly focused on this type of investigation, Mike writing things down while they listen intently. It seems pretty obvious that they're analyzing some signal or message. And that brings up the question, what are they hearing? What's their goal here? It's worth remembering that the main mission at the start of the season, something confirmed both by the official synopsis and by the Duffer Brothers, is very clear. The group's first objective is to find Vecna and kill him, to put an end to all of this once and for all. At this point in the story, Vecna is missing, so it's very likely that what we're seeing here is their attempt to triangulate radio messages and trace connections to the Upside Down in order to locate him. That's what they're struggling with at this stage. Let's keep moving, because the next part ties everything together. We've already talked a lot about WSQK, right? In the trailer, we saw that unforgettable scene, the moment when holes and portals start opening in the ground right next to the WSQK station. And in that sequence, the only people there are Robin and Murray. The big highlight here is the Bradley's Big Buy truck, which will play a major role during the Demogorgon attack. They're going to be chased, and the Demogorgon will burst out of the ground. They'll have to escape in that truck. But take a look at this next image. It connects directly to that scene. It's a bit lower in quality since it's one of the smaller photos printed in the magazine, but it shows the inside of the truck bed during filming. You can see that the truck is shaking and rocking back and forth with a few characters inside, clearly shooting a high-action sequence. Now the question is, who are those characters inside the truck bed? We can't confirm for sure, but there seem to be at least 2 people in there. There's one character clearly visible in the center and another partially hidden on the left. You can spot part of a foot wearing red clothing with other colorful tones, even a hint of yellow. Now, who's known for wearing colorful clothes this season? That would be Derek Turnbull, the kid who's supposedly one of Vecna's targets and also a target for other upside-down creatures. From what we know, Derek might be a bit of an annoying kid, maybe even a bully, but still, he's someone the group feels they need to protect. So, it's possible that the person lying lower in the shot is Derek, while the central character in the middle could be someone else entirely. Looking closely, the person in the middle has medium-length hair, a denim jacket, and jeans. Honestly, it looks a lot like Vicky. When you compare the photo, the hair length, the vest, even the overall outfit, it really does look like her. We can't confirm it yet, but the resemblance is strong, and we already know that Vicky will play an important role this season, especially given her relationship with Robin. Also, just to clarify, inside the truck's cab, that's where Robin will be sitting, with Murray driving. They'll be tossing things back and forth while the Demogorgon attacks from behind. Now, why would Derek and Vicky possibly be in the truck bed? It's hard to say for sure. It could be that they were just rescued from the military base and needed protection. Or maybe when the portals open near WSQK, they happen to be there and the group shoves them into the truck bed to keep them safe, yelling something like, "Get in the back, we'll handle it." So while Robin and Murray drive up front, Derek and Vicky could be rolling around in the back, trying to hang on as the truck speeds away, with the Demogorgon right on their tail. There are a lot of possibilities here, but there's one big detail this image reveals about a very important scene from the trailer. If you look closely inside the Bradley's Big Buy truck, you'll notice something subtle, the yellow foam on the interior walls. The inside of the truck bed has this yellowish tint, and most people didn't even notice it at first. But in the trailer, during that scene where Nancy is shooting inside what looks like the military base, she's actually not in a base at all. If you look carefully, she's emerging from an opening surrounded by that same yellow foam. And now it makes sense. She's coming out of the top of the Bradley's Big Buy truck. Remember, during filming last year, several scenes were shot showing this same truck entering and leaving the military base set. And if you pay attention to this image, you can clearly see the scratches and claw marks on the truck, the ones left by the Demogorgon attack. Another small detail people missed. On top of the truck, you can see the exact opening that Nancy will pop out of. So it's pretty clear what's happening here. They're pulling off a Trojan horse-style move. Murray drives in, pretending to deliver supplies, while Nancy hides inside the truck. Then, when the time comes, she emerges from the top, gun in hand, shooting at the soldiers as the truck moves. She'll be using the truck as cover while taking them down. This entire sequence should take place in episode 4 during the military base battle. And wow, so many new details are being revealed here.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I breathe.